Hi guys, Roman Sliders here, and I'm back with another Q&A, so let's get down to business. Junkjack TV asks, do you have any tips? I'm starting college in September and want to be prepared and organised throughout college. I'm also really nervous, so my question, do you have any tips for starting college? Well, having done 4 years at university and having got 2 degrees out of it, I think I'm in a position to give you some advice. First thing I say is try not to be nervous. Going to college is an amazing thing, and not all that many people get to go nowadays. It's getting really expensive. And going to college, you get to make some really great friends. You get to find out who you are as a person, and as pretentious as it sounds, going to university can define who you are going to be later in the future. Obviously, going to college is a big step up from going to school, and it's much bigger. And now I remember when I went first, I was overwhelmed because it was so much bigger than I had expected, even though I had visited the place before that I was going to. But there are people who are willing to support you and help you get through it, so try and do your best not to be nervous. I think the main tip I can give you is be disciplined for yourself. One of the biggest changes from school to university is when you're at school, your schedule is very regimented. You go to school, you do work, you go home, and you have your homework, and it's rinse repeats throughout the week. When you're at university and college, the main difference is that there is no set schedule. You make your own schedule. When you first start, they'll probably have a thing called Freshers Week, where there'll be a week of activities, and I know a lot of people can go pretty crazy during that week, and they'll party, all week long, and they'll probably get terrible hangovers because of it. And I certainly saw a lot of that when I went to university. Um, what I would say is, try not to do that. Partying's fine in moderation. Everything in moderation, that'd be fine. But concentrating on your studies is important because there'll be a lot of it. There'll be a lot of essays and a lot of research going to the library, and that can seem pretty boring. But you have to do legwork and get stuff done. You've heard the saying, "Work hard, play hard." I think that's the key to going to college, is to strike that balance between work and social stuff. And what I'd say is, along with your work, try and find a hobby. If you've got any hobbies, then there'll probably be a society that you can do stuff with. For me, it was theatre, so I did lots of plays when I was at university. So try and find society and do some extracurricular stuff as well. Because if you just do work, then you'll get bored pretty quickly, and it can be frustrating. In my case, I probably prioritised work more than play, but that worked for me. And again, it's individual. What works for you? So to summarise, work hard, play hard, and party in moderation. Leet Freet Geek asks, have you ever cosplayed? If you haven't, would you? And what or who would you be? No, I haven't cosplayed. Would I in the future? Maybe. I'd certainly be open to it. I think the main sticking point would be getting a costume. Cosplay and by extension, fancy dress. I don't really do because I'd have to get a hold of the costume somehow, either buying it, which obviously costs money and can be expensive, for a costume that I would, all in all fairness, probably wear only once, or have to make it, and I'm no good at practical things at all. My fingers don't work very well, so I'd be no good at making a costume. So I'd have to either find someone who's good at arts and crafts and who can make good costumes, or I'd have to buy them. And if I had access to those resources, then yeah, I probably would cosplay. In regards as to who I would go as, I would say Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist. The costume's relatively simple. It's just a black top and bottoms of a red gown. Uh, the main work would have to be with his automail arm. Um, if I could find someone who's good at making stuff like that, then that's probably who I would go as, Edward Elric. The Crazy Kid Gamer wants to know, have you ever thought about doing a Let's Play or walkthrough? Yes, I have thought about doing a Let's Play or a walkthrough, but I'm not sure if I will do one. Mainly because of time. I do other stuff outside of YouTube, so I'm limited in the videos that I can produce, and with the videos I do make, I want to make sure that they're as good as they can be. And also, if I were going to do a let's play on something, then I want to make sure I could uh, add value onto that game. I just don't want to make a let's play for the sake of making a let's play or walkthrough. I want to be able to add specifically something to it that nobody else could, and At the moment, I don't know if I could do that. I'm quite happy at the moment with what I'm doing with my retrospectives, my reviews, and my news updates. And if I were going to do a Let's Play, then I would like to do some collaboration series with a name. I think that would be quite good and interesting. One of my favourite Let's Play series is Terraria with Jesse Cox and Total Biscuit, because it's less about the game Terraria itself and more about those two going back and forth, and that's what makes it appealing, and that's why people watch it. So for the time being, I won't be doing any Let's Plays or walkthroughs. Thanks again for all your questions. I really do try to give thoughtful answers. And any more questions, please post them down below in the comment section. I really do like answering life questions, like we had at the start. But I'm happy to answer questions on any topics that you give me, so please put them down below. Keep up to date with me on Facebook, and I may or may not be doing a Dark Knight Rises review next week. I'm not sure. I am going to see the movie next week, although I do know what happens. And if you want to get an insight onto the ending of that film, then I would say go and watch Toy Story 3. I know, a bizarre thing to say, and you can get two films that are more different, but in terms of emotional resolution, there's a connection between them. So go and see Toy Story 3. And again, see you guys next week. Peace out.